Good morning, lovely. It's Rachel here from Renutrition. I'm taking a little break this week from talking about my mood boosting method. It is Sugar Awareness Week over here in the UK, so I thought I would instead talk to you today about sugar. So you may have heard that we need sugar in order to produce energy, and that is basically correct. So all of the food that we eat will ultimately break down into glucose molecules, which the body can use for fuel. Unfortunately, if we have too many glucose molecules circulating around, they need to be stored somewhere, and quite often they can be stored as fat. So this is why consuming excess sugar can lead to weight gain. Now, being overweight is not great for your mood and mental well-being on its own. However, also excess sugar consumption has been linked with depression and anxiety. Basically, the more sugar that you consume, the greater risk you are at becoming anxious or depressed. However, on the positive note, the reverse is also true. So if you reduce the amount of sugar that you consume, you're also reducing your risk for mood disorders. So sugar can also affect our health in lots of different ways. So for example, the sugar that we consume can also disrupt our digestive health. And there's also a link between digestive issues and mood. So sugar can it's unhelpful for the microbes that reside in our gut, like yeasts and parasites, as sugar can also become their food source, which may go some way to explain why symptoms of IBS often go hand in hand with anxiety and depression. So what can we do? So obviously we can reduce our sugar intake to reduce our risk. Most of us know that eating lots of cakes and chocolate and biscuits isn't great for our overall health. But what about hidden sugars? So for a long time now, we've been receiving this message that a healthy plate should be built around carbohydrates, so potatoes, rice, pasta, bread. Unfortunately, all of those foods also contain hidden sugars, and once consumed can significantly raise our blood sugar levels if they're left unchecked. So the quite simple thing to do with that is to make a swap. So choose whole grain varieties that release sugar into the bloodstream at a much slower rate. And then also, whenever you're having carbohydrates, make sure that that's balanced out with portions of protein or portions of healthy fat, because again, similarly, that might be helpful for slowing that release of sugar into the bloodstream. So what about fruit then? That always gets a question. Is fruit healthy or not because of its sugar content? Well, I like to think of fruit as being a nicely packaged bundle that nature gave to us. So alongside the fruit and sugar, there's also plenty of fibre and other fantastic micronutrients that are supportive of health. So we absolutely want to include fruit in the diet. But again, like most things, you can have too much of a good thing. So that doesn't mean going crazy and eating a lot of fruits at the expense of vegetables. So quite often we get told to eat between 5 and 10 portions of fruit and veg a day. And the balance of that really looks more like 3 portions of fruit compared to 7 portions of vegetables. So if you think about that ratio, that should be helpful. And you can also choose low sugar options as well. So think of like apples, berries, things like that. They're all low sugar options. So I hope that's been helpful. I actually do have a short recipe guide with breakfast and snack ideas of how to balance your blood sugar. So if that's something that you'd be interested in, then pop me a DM with your email address and I shall send that over to you. All right then, take care and enjoy the rest of your week. Bye for now.